I got into this field years ago. I worked with one of the best in the world, a guy by the name of Dr. James Masterson. And as I looked at my relationship with alcohol, it started at a very young age. I remember in seventh grade, when my parents would go away, we would go into the liquor cabinet and literally mix all the bottles and then put a little soda in it and drink it. Obviously very unhealthy. I initially drank to fit in. And that continued on as I went through high school. I remember starting to go to bars at 15 years old. I drank to have fun, or so I thought. But looking back, I'd say I was pretty lonely. My parents went through a very difficult divorce, and I just drank to hide a lot of reality. I got married. I hid my alcohol drinking during my marriage. I like to say that married for 14 years, I lied every single day of my marriage. I always said what she wanted to hear instead of what my real truth was. And the reason I did that, as I look back, I was very affected by my parents' divorce. And I wanted to prove to myself that I was a better husband in person than my father. So after 14 years, we divorced. In my divorce, I literally gave up everything I had. I didn't want my children to suffer. During that time, my mom, who is my hero, and also right behind me, one of the original Nike posters, she got cancer. She got lymphoma. She had a 3-year battle and she died. And a close friend I ever had got killed in a car crash. I went on a road where I slept too much, ate too much, and drank too much. And basically drank to escape reality. The reality was I was all alone. For example, my high school graduation, no one went to. No one in my family went to. I realized my college graduation, I didn't go to. I felt very alone in my life. And where do you find people? You find them in a bar. So through divorce, my mom's death, my friend's death, I was all alone. And where do you find people? You will always find them in a bar. Well, the drinking, I remember as I was drinking too much, I noticed my eyes were turning yellow, and I put Visine in my eyes. There I was, getting jaundiced, and I was hiding it. I did feel all alone. I remember my apartment was a disaster. Clothes were all over the floor. The TVs were on. And every once in a while, I would clean the apartment. And it was the worst feeling in the world. And the reason is because those clothes on the floor, they were friends. And I mean that in the symbolic sense. I didn't feel so alone. So again, I drank. I remember every time I put my hand on the door to the bar, I remember thinking, I hope I meet the person that takes me out of here tonight. And I didn't even like drinking. I didn't like it. I drank beer. And for the record, when I do talks about this, people ask me how much I drank. And people don't like my answer. And the reason they ask the question is typically they want to know if they have to worry themselves. And my answer is, however much I drank, my body said it was too much. My body gave me signs that I was drinking too much. So one day I had stomach pain, and I decided I better go to the hospital and see what's going on. I had it for a couple days. It took me 45 minutes to walk about 100 feet or so to my car. They did all sorts of blood tests on me. They kept testing the blood. It was really interesting. When they first came in, they were very friendly. And each time they took blood tests, they became a little more serious. It was 4 hours. They probably took, I don't know, tests 4 or 5 times easy. And when the doctor came in and said to me, I'll never forget it. Okay, John, here's the deal. You're in complete liver failure. You keep doing what you're doing, you'll be dead in 2 months. And that was a reality that I had to face. And I faced it immediately. And I said to him immediately, okay, I'll stop. And I stopped immediately.